It's time to mind your business with me, Jamillah Lodge. Tune in to find out how to mind your business with BEDC, special guest entrepreneurs, industry experts, and more. Brought to you by BEDC. Bermuda Business starts here. All right, welcome to Mind Your Business. I'm happy to have you here. Ondreyah Rochester is the Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Officer at BEDC. Welcome.
Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome. So, tell us about you and your role as a MSME Officer. What do you do?
So, I have been working at BEDC for 7 years, and I am currently a Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise Officer, and I am responsible for providing business advisory to clients as well as processing financial products such as microloans and loan guarantees. And I'm also the officer responsible for the Somerset Economic Empowerment Zone.
All right. So for those who don't know, what is the Somerset Economic Empowerment Zone?
So the Somerset Economic Empowerment Zone is basically an area that is dedicated to encourage economic activity. Mm-hmm. So we have 3 of them. We have one in St. George's, one in Northeast Hamilton, and one in Somerset.
Okay. And so when you say encourage economic activity, why is the whole island an economic empowerment zone? What was it about this area that made the BEDC decide to designate it as an economic empowerment zone?
So for me, I feel like BEDC chose to designate these areas because they wanted to drive people to go towards these areas, because these are not really high traffic, high volume type of areas. So we want to encourage people to open up businesses in these areas to actually bring people in to see what these businesses actually are.
Okay. So what area is included in the Somerset EEZ?
So the Somerset EEZ starts at Willowbank and it ends just before Somerset Bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are a few businesses there, and like you said, it's not like it's town. So when you think about tourism traffic and stuff, it's like, how do you drive businesses there? And we're going to talk about one of those ways today. So we want to talk about the first annual Somerset EEZ Small Business Expo.
Yes.
So tell me why. Why are we doing this?
So for me personally, I feel like client meetings spike in January.
Okay.
Because I feel like people wake up and it's like, just like how people have a New Year's resolution to be in the gym. It's like, okay, I want to open up a business. This is what I want to do this year for myself. So you find a lot of people that actually making appointments to meet with people to find out how to go about this. Not that we don't do this all year long, but I feel like in January we're extra busy. Or we're dealing with clients that want to grow. Right. They're waking up and saying, look, how do I take my business to the next level this year? Right. So I thought, what better way would it be for BDC to create an atmosphere like a fair, the expo, where people can come and actually meet key players in what it is to actually start a business or elevate or grow your business. Okay. And so because your primary focus is Somerset, and the Somerset EEZ is going to be held in the Somerset EEZ. So talk a little bit about that. So the expo will be held at Willowbank. Okay. For me, it was a big deal to actually do something in the Somerset EEZ because, the St. George's already has the Marine Expo and the Northeast Hamilton has their staple events such as Cool Street Market and other initiatives. So I'm like, Somerset needs something. Like, what can we do? So I thought, what better way to have an expo in Somerset? It's on a Saturday. So, that's a very busy day. Yes. So at least that takes people out of the hustle and bustle of, being in town and drive that economic activity into the Somerset area.
Okay. So who should we expect to see? Now, you mentioned, you wanted to help people understand what's required to get their business started or if they want to grow. So who should they expect to see at the expo?
As far as vendors? Yeah. So I would expect to see some government entities as well as some telecommunications, some marketing, some e-commerce, some banks, also some lawyers because people want to know how to incorporate the business. Some want to know the difference between an LLC and an LTD. And this would be a great way for you to actually get all that information and put a face to a name. So as far as marketing, like people that can make graphic designs or make websites, and e-commerce like payment processors and merchant accounts and things like that. So I think every industry has a distinct focus that helps small businesses to understand what is required.
Okay. So is it just for businesses located in the Somerset EEZ, or are you looking forward to everyone coming out?
I'm looking forward to everyone coming out to this event. I don't want to specifically say you have to have the idea right now of a business, or you have to have one, because some people are just really sat on an idea for a very long time. Or I'm even expecting to see some youth come to the event, because they are just as much entrepreneurs as we are. So it would be nice to see them come and actually take in this information as well, so that as they make business plans and different things in class moving forward, they actually have real life experiences and conversations with these different entities that help you to build out your business plan.
Okay, so I don't think I said the date, right? So we're looking at February the 6th.
11th.
February 11th. Thank you, see, girl.
From 11 to 5.
Okay.
4, sorry, 11 to 4.
Okay, February 6th. It's a Saturday.
Yes.
From 11 to 4. And then basically it's trade show expo style.
Yes.
You have these business support agencies, marketing, government entities, tech related, payment processing, because I know people are always trying to figure out how they need to get online. How do you set up a merchant account? The banks, of course, are key players. And then you also are going to implement an educational component. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we would also, throughout the day, be having information sessions that would run for 30 minutes. One would be on payment processing, one would be on marketing, and one would also be on business opportunities. So people actually have the advantage of sitting down and taking in even more knowledge of other information that's not going to be actually as vendors set up around the room, but businesses that can provide insight into this, people that can assist you, and people that can help you grow.
Okay. I mean, so it seems like it's like a all-in-one, one-stop shop. So if you're looking or thinking about getting your business started, then you definitely don't want to miss this opportunity, because everything is here. And does the public have to pay to attend? Or?
No, it's absolutely free. The only paid component of the expo is the headshot lounge.
Okay, what's that? Tell me what that is now. What we talk about? That
for
sounds
me,
fancy.
I'm always like, it's like a pet peeve of mine. Like, you have a business, but then you go on someone's page and it's just like a selfie on the side of the road in the car. So it's like, let's just create the whole professional image. So I decided, what better way to do this than to create a lounge where people can go and get their makeup done, and then have a headshot taken that would be added to them, sent to them for the professional use. For any, it could be for work, business, personal, but at least you'll have a professional headshot.
Okay. So I'm a new business. I'm starting my business. And so I could actually book some time to get a professional kind of corporate, if you will, that thing I'm gonna put on LinkedIn, and put on my website and stuff, so that I'm representing myself in the best way. That's what you're talking about. Okay.
And we thought it was best to create a lounge, because people may opt out because they don't want to be in the middle of an expo getting their makeup done and getting a picture taken. So if we've created an atmosphere for them to actually go in private, get that service done, and still get to enjoy the expo after.
And that component of it is they have to pay for that themselves, and they have to book the time, right? Okay. Well, that's exciting. That's not something that I think we've ever done before when we've done these sort of trade show expos. And we haven't done this in a long time. I think the last time might have been for global entrepreneurship in
2018.
Yes, right, 2018. So this particular expo, are you looking for it to become sort of a Somerset EEZ annual event?
Yeah, so I would hope that every year we can have this at the beginning of the year, so people can set their intentions and goals for the year from this one event moving forward.
Okay, well, that's exciting. Now, in terms of the vendors, like you said, you mentioned some of the different industries that are going to be there, or that you've invited. How do they go online, and is there a cost to them to participate?
So the vendors that have been asked to participate, they have been asked to pay a vending fee of $100.
Okay.
And this is not a for-profit event for us. It's really just to get that information further distributed to people that we may not meet with on a day-to-day basis.
Right. And I think from the standpoint of the $100 fee for the vendor, this is an opportunity to meet your future clients, right?
Yes.
So we're doing the work to bring the people to you. All you have to do is come and set up, and then you can potentially get new business from having participated in this expo.
Yep.
Right. So the $100 is like a drop in the bucket
to what I potentially can make in the future.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, well, I am excited about the opportunity. Like you said, it's it's going to be a signature event for Somerset, hopefully going forward. So from the vendors or people that you've spoken to, what has been their response?
So as far as the vendors, is being very well received because we used to do it in the past and it's just taken a big break.
Yeah.
And there's really not been no expo of its kind since bridging that gap because we had COVID.
Right.
So this has been an idea that's been on my mind for a very long time, but due to COVID restrictions and things like that, it was like, okay, it's got to wait, but it's going to happen.
Right.
So
and this is the year
it's happening. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a positive.
It is a positive. And I think, like you said, for the areas that are on the outskirts or part of the economic empowerment zone, it's an opportunity for traffic to be drawn to those areas as well. Now, I know in addition to the photography station or headshot station, are you looking to work with any of the other Somerset businesses in the area? Like, are they doing presenting on the panel? How are you involving the businesses that are in your zone as well?
So regarding the information sessions, I'm looking to incorporate a Somerset business on each panel so that they can speak to it. Since we're coming in our Zoom, what better time to acknowledge our actual stakeholders than the Small Business Expo?
Yeah. It makes sense to me, and I think it's another opportunity for them to also meet new clients, get new business. So I'm really excited about the opportunity. Now, 11 to 4, that's pretty much the whole day.
Yes. And only because typically before it used to be 2 hours, but because it's a Saturday, you want to give people time to make time in their spare time. Because, you have football and, people just have different obligations. So to set a set time and people can't make it, it's like, okay, let's give people a chance to be able to pop in and pop out during the
so you
day.
expect it to be like a flow. So ebbs and flows sort of thing. Like a typical expo or something like that. Well, I think it sounds exciting. Who are some of the other partners, I guess, or organizations that you're hoping to participate on these panels and panel discussions?
So I'm looking to have BDC participate on a panel, obviously, but to speak to our incubator program that we have so that businesses are aware of this opportunity that is available to you, as well as the Ignite program to speak to the accelerator program that they have. Because some businesses, as far as BDC, you'll be surprised how much people do not know. As much as we're out here, some people really do not know the opportunities that are available here. So that's a good opportunity to actually bring it to this format so that more people can have access and knowledge of what we actually do at BDC. Also on the marketing panel, I'm going to speak to Confirm. We have Shyvonne Lee of Dove and Butterfly, and then we look to incorporate a Somerset business as well.
Okay.
And for the e-commerce, we're looking to use the banks as well as a business that uses e-commerce daily, because even though COVID has happened, some people are still afraid to move online.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, even as a vendor, that was your time. If you can't be out and you vend every week and this is it wasn't, some of them didn't evolve to that online.
The next level,
Yeah, so this is an opportunity to even find out how to do that, because some people may really just not know or think that it's a big cost associated to moving online.
And I think, if you think about business models and how people operate nowadays, COVID showed us that you could still earn money and earn income if you have an online presence, right? People still need to be able to see you, get your products, purchase your products. And I know that you also have businesses that have taken it a step further. So they're not only providing online support locally, but they're shipping their stuff abroad. I think you have a business in your Somerset EEZ, I buy her body oils. The Charmaine.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Sian Herloff. Yes.
Yes. And she has an online presence. She participated in E-Monday. I bought all my stuff.
eShop Play.
Yeah. So, I mean, the opportunity is real. So, even though you may be located physically in an area that's not widely visible, like from a tourist perspective, it's like a throughway as opposed to the main stop like Hamilton would be, you can create that visibility or opportunity if you have an online presence.
And even so, using Charmaine as an example, the visibility may not be there, but if she's online and she's marketing herself globally, you never know what tourists may come to me and be like, I want to go to that shop. I want to see what this shop looks like.
Exactly. And I know she's had some features in international publications and all of that. So for me, it creates hope and opportunity, especially for those people looking to start up.
Yeah.
You know, you say that there is an opportunity. And so creating these panel discussion and information sessions, in addition to having all the players in the room, I think it makes it a great opportunity. Now, how many vendors can you showcase at Willowbank? Like, what's
22.
22. Okay, so that means for those of you who might be listening, and this might be your first time hearing about this opportunity, you need to log on and sign up so you don't miss out on the opportunity.
Yes.
And so how do you do that? How do you sign up?
To be a vendor?
Yeah.
So we've sent out invitations to our vendors so far. Okay. And then we would just set up our link on the website for them to go and purchase their space. So
okay.
We don't have much space.
So get in while you can, right?
Yeah.
And I would imagine that the goal in future and for future events would be to make it bigger and better.
Yes.
But I think for a first event, like, you just want to try it out, see what people's appetite is. And like you said, people have expressed an interest.
Yes.
In having something to help them get their New Year's resolutions started off right.
And sometimes, even though people may come to BDC for business advice, we don't have all the answers.
Right.
So we have to direct you in the vendors that's going to be their direction. Mm-hmm. So we can't give you as much information as they could. We can say, oh, you need to go to this department, or you need to speak to this department. So to have them actually in the room, you have that ability to ask those questions right then and there that you need clarity on.
And I think one of the good things that I like is that you're looking at including a legal kind of advice, because we always get questions about, what do I have to do? Should I be a limited liability company? Should I be an LLC? Yep. What is the difference between a sole proprietor, a general partnership? So having a person there that can answer those questions, I think, is going to be great.
Yes.
And then the other thing is the government obligations. People are always wanting to know, what do I have to do to start? How do I make it official?
I shouldn't have, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And do I still have to sign off for payroll tax and I don't pay myself?
Yeah.
And that's a common question. So if we can make a space for that common question to be answered, it educates even more people.
Yeah, I think so. And are you planning to have, I know you said you had the panel discussions, are you planning to have a panel on, like, sort of the government obligations? Yes. Okay.
Because they are there. Some people, like I said, are just really not aware.
Yeah.
So I think this is really the forum and the place to get the knowledge out.
Okay. So I want to talk a little bit more about, like you said, your role at BDC and the type of support that you offer. You know, me being in communications, every time I hear someone say, well, what do you guys do? I'm like, am I not doing my job? What is going on? Like, I feel like I'm always putting stuff out there. But you know what I think? I think that until you're ready to receive it, or until it applies to you, like, you just block it out, right? You're like, well, I'm not starting a business, so that's not, so, you know. So I want to talk a little bit more about you and your role, and you've been here for 7 years, so how your role has changed over the years and the types of support that are now available versus when you first started.
So, like I said, it makes me feel old.
Listen, I don't even want to talk about how long I've been here. You feel old. God help me.
Like, I'm like, at this age, I could work somewhere for 7 years.
Yeah.
But I've been here for 7 years. The true definition, I've started from the bottom. Now we're here. I started as the receptionist at BDC. And obviously, you know, for me, it was like, I have a degree.
Yeah.
Why am I sitting at the front desk? But I have to say it gave me a greater appreciation for that role, because people's calling the phone and probably ask me the same questions that they ask the officer, and that stops a whole client meeting because I provide that information from just sitting at the front desk. So it's not just answering a phone.
Right.
You actually really learn the ins and outs. I'm the first line of support for the organization. So that taught me a lot. And then I got an opportunity to process application that led me to becoming a trainee which then led me to becoming a junior micro, small, and medium enterprise officer to now becoming a micro, small, medium enterprise officer with the responsibility of the Somerset Economic Empowerment Zone. So I have been through every stage. The trainee portion let me enter every
department
unit. So it gave me insight to a lot. When I started BDC, I did not have no intentions on starting a business. Like, I listened to my clients, I'm like, yeah, no, that's not for me.
Right.
I'm not ready to take risk. I'm not ready to do that. And over time, it led me to, open up my own businesses. So now my conversations with my clients are a lot different because I'm actually experiencing it and I can relate when they say things that I used to be like,
yeah,
not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Payroll tax, January, April, July, October, like
it has
15. It has a different meaning to me now. So my conversations with my clients now are actually from experience, which makes me have even better dialogue because I'm like, you want to open up a business account? This is what you have to do. Before I'm just reading, going off of what I just know the steps are, but to actually experience it, I can help guide my clients a lot better. So it's definitely been a stepping stone for me.
I think that's great. And I remember someone asked me, they were like, well, what are the officers' experiences or what are their expertise? And my response is always that you guys are generalists. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody that is here, I think, has either started or run their own business before or are currently operating their own business. And I think it's great because it does give you insight into actually what happens. And that's one of the things that I think we do well at BDC. When we do put together panels, we always have the experts, but then we also include an entrepreneur who's actually done the thing. Yeah. Because you're like, okay, this is step 1 through 5, but then the entrepreneur comes in and be like, well, you can take step 3 out because it's, you know what I mean? So it gives you that real life perspective of what you should expect when you're starting a business, so that you've had like you said, you've gone through the entire kind of role and space of what's
and one thing you can, once you work at BDC, you work at BDC, right? 9 to 5 is out the door. I could be in a grocery store and someone's like, hey, I meant to call you to ask you, and I'm there for hills. But it's so natural to me that it comes like nothing. But that's why I'm like, the Small Business Expo is definitely a place where it can eliminate a lot of these conversations because people can get that information right there and then. Like, there's no shut off when you work at BDC at all.
It's not. People see you in the street, and next thing you know, you're having a client session or client meeting right there. And so I think the nature of our colleagues and who work here, we have the same sort of mindset when it comes to providing that support, which I think is good. It's like, because we've experienced it, we know it naturally. So it's not like, oh, wait, I don't have my notes with me. I can't help you. It really does come naturally. Now, going back to the expo, tell people what they should come ready to receive. Like, what should they expect when they get there?
As me thinking from a attendee point of view, I would say come with your notebook and your pen.
Okay.
Definitely come with business cards or QR codes or however your business operates, because you just never know who you're going to meet in the room. You have so many 22 different opportunities to get information or vendors to access information from, as well as information sessions. And I'm sure once they're done, these people are going to be floating around the room as well. So you have another opportunity. If you have a direct question to that panelist, you can go right up to them and ask. So I think come willing to receive knowledge and willing to network yourself and give yourself and put yourself in rooms that you probably didn't have access to prior to this event.
And then I just want to be clear that it's not just for existing businesses. It's also if you are thinking about it, if you have an idea already and you already know that you're going to get it started, then it's also an opportunity for you to find out what exactly it's going to take to actually get the business started. Right?
And for me, even though the year is still pretty fresh, you know what, I've been finding a lot of people that want to purchase existing businesses.
Okay.
Like, I have had a lot of meetings about purchasing existing business. So I'm like, okay, got a business valuation, got this. And I'm like, huh? So I think that this is another avenue to ask those questions in regards to purchasing a business.
And even for the person looking to sell the business.
Yes, even finding out.
Yeah, because I think, in conversations I've had with people, they're like, yeah, I want to sell this business. I'm like, okay, well, do you have financial statements? And they're like, what?
Yes. So that's why we need accountants in this room.
In the room.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what are you selling then when you think about it? And I think, especially for people who they do the business, they love the business, the business is and them are the same, right? They're one and the same. And so it's like, okay, if you're looking to sell that, you can't sell yourself. That's illegal, right? At least in Bermuda. So then how do you now create this separation or package it so that you can sell it properly and get value for get your return on your investment in starting up and running this business for all these years. So these are the kind of things that I think people will be able to have discussions with the attorneys and the accountants in the room and the banks even.
What's your appetite to this? How do I do this? I think that's an important conversation to have. And just piggybacking off of what you said, like even as far as the seller.
Yeah.
Some of them are really unsure. They just think a number sounds good. Like, I just sell it for this. You could be undercutting yourself too as well.
You sure can. And what can you include in the valuation of the business, right? People always talk about goodwill. What is that? It's not tangible. You can't see it. Yeah. But goodwill is like, how long has a business been in existence? Do you have a good presence or brand? Do people automatically know you? So if I purchase it and I keep the name, am I already winning because people already recognize the name in the community? So it's how do you monetize that?
Yes.
So I don't expect all the questions to be answered at the expo.
Right, but at least you would have a contact to have these further discussions with.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Ondreyah, I think it's great that you're starting off the year with putting an annual event in the EEZ. This is going to be the first one, but next year you're going to do it again, and hopefully it's going to be bigger and better. But what are some of the other things that you have in mind for your economic empowerment zone throughout the rest of the year?
So we do look to sponsor a few events, but one of our main goals for this year in the Somerset Economic Empowerment Zone is to create more vending opportunities.
Okay. All right. So in my mind, I think of Rubber Tree. It's not in Somerset, but it's close enough.
Yes.
so you managed that.
Yes.
But where else would you be looking to create those opportunities?
So we're looking to actually partner with the people that run the Clyde Bast wall.
Okay.
Because we sponsored that wall as well. So we thought moving forward, this could be an ideal location
for a vendor market or something.
A vendor market.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Block off the road, have a nice atmosphere where people can, it's really becoming an attraction where people stop and take selfies and pictures.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
So creating some vending opportunities, not just there, but other locations as well in Somerset. Because vendors need places to, it's one thing to vend at one set location all the time, but you want to get your name all around as much as possible.
And I think in doing so, going back to where we started, which is trying to bring people to the area that's not typically, it's like I'm going Somerset. That's like, a day.
Oh gosh, it's so far.
So, but if you have a reason to go, then not only are the vendors who are there benefiting, but so are the existing businesses that are in the area, because now you're getting that foot traffic that you wouldn't have gotten if you hadn't been, holding the event there. And so I think, it's really exciting. I think the opportunities that exist when we collectively work together to bring people and put on events that are community related. You know what I mean? Good for the businesses, good for the vendors. Everybody's winning in this scenario. Yeah. So that's something that you can look forward to. And then also I would say working with the community leaders in the area, like Sands Parish Council, all of those. I'm sure they might have ideas. And I know BEDC, we don't always want to be the leader of the.
We would like
Can you talk about that?
We would like to just be in the packs. Like with these events, it's so important to listen to people.
Yes.
So that's why it's important that we even have a Somerset Economic Empowerment and with stakeholders to really listen to what they need. Mm-hmm. Like you said, we don't want to be the ones to be like, we think you need this, and this. We want to hear from you and be able to implement some of these policies and opportunities moving forward. So it's important that we collaborate with other industry, parish councils, and things of that nature to help battle the business opportunities in the zone.
Excellent. Well, listen, I want to thank you again for coming on Mind Your Business. I think this is a great opportunity. Remember, February 6th.
11.
Girl, why I keep saying that?
I don't know, Jay.
February 11th from 11 a.m. to 4.
Yeah.
You can, vendors who are interested, please log on to bedc.me. There'll be a registration form. You can pay your $100 vendor fee. And those who are interested in attending, you can also register to attend, but especially if you're interested in getting your professional headshot, they can log on and also book their time and pay for their slot for that as well.
Yes.
So I just want to thank you for minding a little bit of your business with me today. And remember, if you don't mind your business, who will? Thanks for tuning in to Mind Your Business with me, your host, Jamillah Lodge. Tune in next week, Thursday at 4 p.m. because if you don't mind your business, who will? Mind Your Business is brought to you by BEDC. Bermuda Business starts here.